Mm, uh, you know what? I don't even really know what to say about this episode. Some of it was problematic. I don't know. It's like we had to rewind back to the beginning or something. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Sisters. This is season 1, episode 9. This it kind of felt like a filler episode. Like, why do we have a filler episode in this, this type of show? It just kind of, and then it was like a rewind to the first episodes. Like, it's making some of the mistakes that were made in the beginning, and it was starting to get better. But anyway, Dani and Zach. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't know what this whole simulated sex scene with the pillow in between them thing. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was meant to be funny and lighthearted, but it was really, really corny, is what it was. It was really corny. And then now we got this whole grown man who now at this point believes that he has sex with this woman. Sorry, I've never been that drunk. I don't know what that's like. So possibly, I don't know. I've never been. Me personally, have never been that out of control with my person that I didn't know if I had sex with a person or not. And I definitely ain't had no sex with no damn pillow. I don't know. You know, I don't know, child. I was drunk and high up. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing, honey. Duck feathers may really get you where you need to go, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So, and I said duck feathers, down feathers. Duck down. Anyway, anyhow, I'm moving on. So Gary and Andy, I'm sick of this. Like this, I'm totally tired of this. She told him go home, make nice with her. And then he goes into this whole thing. Promise me that you won't mess with anybody else because he is a control freak. That's all it is. He's a control freak. He tried to pull a little power play on her. Told her, you just quit your job. You talk about there's no other way to do this. Yeah, there is. You quit your job. I'll set you up in a private practice. Then he tried to flip the script on her and try to do the Jedi mind trick on her and told her, oh, so you got a problem with me having power. And she's like, oh, so you have a problem with not having any power. Ding, 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 ding. He's a whole asshole. So that little thing was just a mess. And I was like, okay, let's get out of this thing because the two of them start to irritate me. And I'm getting to a point where I'm finding myself not liking Andy, and I liked Andy, but I'm kind of finding myself not liking her. She's becoming not likable. And it's like, ugh. Because on some things you ring in as like this real goofy slut, and then this other time you ring in as this smart woman. Then sometimes you ring in as just reckless. Basically, Andy is very tiresome. She's tiresome. She's exhausting, and it's starting to make me not like her. But anyway, moving on. So then they go to the spin class. No, Tyler. No. They have a conversation about Calvin. It's Karen, Andy, and also um, Sabrina. Because surely Daddy's not speaking to them. And it was this whole uncomfortable scene with all of these stereotypes with the teacher. He comes in, he's, come on, bitches, hey, hoes. I wasn't here for it. I wasn't here for it. It got on my nerves. to say the least. Yeah, the whole gist of that whole thing was that they were having a conversation about Calvin telling Sabrina, basically, girl, stop clowning. He's on the down low. I don't know why you like him. But at the same time, they double talking and saying, well, girl, you got to give him a chance. Just ask him a question. Listen, you don't never need to be with Calvin. If you're going to be with Calvin, you got to get rid of all your friends. Because all your friends now have this opinion of Calvin, that Calvin's on the down low. You'll never be comfortable. You'll never be not a laughing stock. Just let it go. Just let it go. It's just stupid. It's very, very stupid. Um, when they came out of the class, he was over there um, with the little boy from the bank, and they were side eyeing everything about them two and what they were doing, and he wasn't doing it but helping them with doing squats properly. And they was turning their nose at Kiki and smiling and laughing. I'm like, a mess. It's just a whole mess. Then we got the two of them. Everybody disperses and let the two of them talk. And Calvin basically told her, "Listen, I ain't with the bullshit. I'm really not." And she's like, "Okay, okay," and she won't just cut it loose. Like the door has been open for her to be able to walk away and be like, "All right, we'll just be cool. We'll just be friends." But because she want to screw him. She wants to screw him. Now, this is the thing. She ain't never actually screwed him, but he then played in her box a couple times, and she's totally here for that. So you can't keep him on board just to do that. Like, that's really, really crazy. But whatever. It's becoming tiresome with them, too. But he told her, she's like, come by tonight. And he's like, maybe I'll see you. So he's turned it around to where the power is kind of on his side because now she chasing after him. Just really silly. Really silly. Zach and Danny. Danny done led Zach to believe that there's actually a video of them having this sex that they never had. And he's like all bent out of shape, walking around the house. He ain't got no underclothes because she done hid all his underwear. Shortly after that, Sabrina ends up having a little conversation with the spin director, the little instructor, and he told her, oh no, Calvin's gay. Calvin's dating some guy that works on houses and stuff. Then he tries to introduce her to some other guy. I said, oh my, okay, interesting. And then there was more stereotypes. Because Karen's the one that told Sabrina to go talk to the instructor. Because surely if he's gay, he'd know. We don't all know each other. We don't all know every gay person that there is. I'm like, ooh, this is so ugly. This is, I don't know about this show, y'all. I'm serious. It's just ridiculous. It really is. And nobody would ever believe that an actual, well, I don't, see. Never mind. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anyhow, it's problematic. Anyhow, this is another one. Tyler, drop the pen. Give the pens to somebody else and let them write on this. You got a good thing started, and I think you get ready to screw it up. Anyhow, Aaron and Andy. Aaron comes back into Andy's office asking about Karen and talking about her abrasiveness. And he basically wanted her to talk to Karen about it, bring it to her attention that she's abrasive and that she's pretty much an asshole. And she's like, well, why do you want me to do it? Because you're her friend. It'll be easier coming from you. But he didn't lie on her. But I think he has a whole lot of nerve. He had a lot of nerve to just be doing, who are you to make her want to change for you? Then we come, and he said he was a pastor. I was like, what? What? It was weird. Totally weird. Weird. Anyway, moving on. Dani and Sabrina. Sabrina stops by Danny's house, walks in. Here we got Zach sitting up in the kitchen with no clothes on at all. And she tells him finally once that happens, and that was really part of the plan because she just wanted to. She's building this story, to building things to hurt, but she ain't really did anything. And they get talking about the sex tape. It's like, you want to see it? She's like, no, I don't want to see it. She's like, this is wrong. She's like, you need to erase it. And she's like, what? Now dig this. Now you're mad at me. Why are you mad at me? Because you don't approve of my actions. Now you know how I feel. I didn't approve of y'all's actions. Y'all sitting around talking about me. And she told Sabrina basically get on out of her apartment. Honey. She'll do what she want to do. She'll continue to screw him, and she'll post it or whatever she wants to do with this sex tape that doesn't actually exist. But again, stinging them with their own tape, which I can't say that she's totally wrong because they do talk about her. They do treat her like she's a second class citizen. So, it's a mess. Then we had Paris came to see Andy, and she literally, I was like, ready to get up and walk away from this whole thing, where she literally turned him down because she promised, Gary made her promise that she wouldn't mess with nobody else while he get his situation together, get his situation straight. He made her promise, and she actually is holding that promise. Girl, wait till you find out, honey. He's a whole mess. The last thing we see is Andy versus Leslie Barnes, the private eye. It's not a man, it's a woman. And baby, you are busted, honey. She said, well, what did you find out? Maybe she took her little tablet and turned it up, see a picture of you hand in hand walking with that man, honey. I said, busted. She said, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I said, now here we go. Now, Tyler, turn the pins loose before you mess this up, because this could be good. Turn the pins loose. This will be back on January 8th, you all, and I will get with y'all then. All right, it's driving me crazy. It's irritating me because some of the storylines are really good, but this writing and all that there's so much stereotypical bullcrap in this that it becomes offensive after a while. It's like, ugh. All right, anyway. January 8th, you all.